The illegal immigration invasion isn't due to incompetence, it's the plan. Y'all know that's what I've been saying for years. They want the borders wide open. They want the destabilization. The problem, the problem that's happening right now to the Biden administration, to the globalists right now, is that there's a bunch of pushback right now with this open border crisis. People are speaking out. People are stepping up and saying stuff. Um, and the problem that the Biden administration faces is this is an election year. So now Biden is talking about signing some executive orders or something like that. And I think what's going to happen is it'll slow down. He's gonna tell his NGOs, he's gonna tell his globalist pals like, hey, slow it down for a minute until after the election, and then we can ramp it back up, because he thinks that this is the only way that he'll win, is to get the voters, the leftists back on his side, because now most minorities and most black people. I did reports on it already about how 74% of black people and 73% know that there's an immigration crisis and it's Biden's fault. So they're having to slow down is what I think is going to happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if Biden do make an executive order and do something, and we might see a little slowdown. But they plan on wrapping it back up. But we're gonna talk a little bit about their plan. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. I have a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. It's not like the people paying millions of illegal aliens to come to the U.S. For some social experiment don't know that what they're doing is national suicide. It's that they don't care that it is national suicide. That's a feature, not the bug. And before I move further, I forgot to give credit. This article is from PJ Media, from Victoria Tab. So shout out to PJ Media and Victoria. Um, they don't like that the colonial power of the U.S. was way back when, and this is the payback. They know only what their woke teachers cribbed from Howard Zinn, and now they're making a difference by ruining their own country because it deserves to be a third world hellhole. And y'all know I've been saying this as well. This is what the open border policy is. It's to intentionally destroy uh, the U.S. economy, destroy our way of life, and turn us into a third world country. They believe we have too much money. They believe we're too rich. They hate us. The only thing that uh, George Bush, second George Bush, said that I agree with him on is when he said they hate us because of our freedom, and that's true. But he didn't say who the they were. The who the they were are the globalists, the elites. They hate that we're free. And I talked about this before when I showed that I think it was a Rasmussen poll, or it was some type of poll where they polled the 1% and asked them about, and they straight up said they believe we have too much freedom. They're there for censorship and all that other things. So the elitists, the 1%, the globalists, they hate us because of our freedom. But the article goes on to say you can't have complete strangers from entirely different cultures come to the United States in numbers that eclipse the populations of 36 states and expect unity and kumbaya. No, what you'll get is a new caste system. What you'll get are no-go zones featuring Muslim men, abusing infidel women on New Year's, more honor killings, and a complete disruption again in the undereducated American men chasing fewer jobs for less money. She does not mention here, though, and I'm going to add, is the influx of Chinese illegal immigrants coming in here, and a lot of them are military-aged men. So what is that all about? What's going on here? Is that the real invasion that's going on right under our noses? The article continues. Parents will worry if they don't already about their kids going to the same school as kids who cannot read and write in their own language, much less English, and knowing that their child's advancement will go at the speed of the slowest kid. More kids mean less spending per pupil. Uh, where are all those teachers union swells crying about smaller classroom sizes? Oh, that's right. They got their COVID raises and are keeping calm until it's time for the next contract negotiation. The NGOs and government adjacent activists are being given money by the feds and the UN to pay these chaos tourists $372 million of mostly our money, with an eye towards increasing that amount in 2024. Todd Bernsman of the Center for Immigration Studies, and I talked about him before, says these payments are made by credit cards, vouchers, and envelopes of cold cash to people who just days before were counting their money in rubles or won. These people are given free healthcare, housing, and rent support depending on their background and gender. It's all part of the plan. And you're not. You, my friend, are collateral damage. If you build it, they will come, goes the Field of Dreams quote, and if you pay them, they will come too. And that's true. Bill Wells tweeted out that the notion of if you build it, they will come has rung true with the border crisis. The opening of the Migrant Resource Center coincided with the dramatic increase in daily numbers of migrants entering San Diego County. So, I mean, of course. And since Texas has cut off a major conduit for illegal immigration, much of the flow has been diverted by the cartels and NGOs to California's San Diego County. El Cajon's mayor, Bill Wells, attributes a lot of the illegal immigration flooding his city to the incompetence of government. It's not. It's the plan. And again, people that's paying attention already know this. People that's paying attention already know that this is by design. This is what they want. They want to flood the gates, and how are they going to pay for all of this? How do you think they're going to pay for all this? It's not about raising money on the rich. The rich will always have their loopholes. The rich will always have their ways of I'm trying to get this video right. The rich will always have their ways of getting around paying taxes. It's the middle class that's going to end up paying for all of this. That's why our middle class is diminishing. So let me play this clip here from Fox News here.
What are you seeing in El Cajon right now, and what are your big concerns now that this migrant center in San Diego has shut down?
Well, over the past few months, we've seen 100,000 migrants come across the San Diego border. A lot of those have been absorbed by this county shelter that used taxpayer money, but they asked for $3 million. They spent over $6 million, and now they say they're out of money. So we're going to see migrants congregating on our streets. And at the same time that this is happening, the Border Patrol tells us that we're going to go from 300 drop-offs a day to maybe 1,000 drop-offs a day. So I think it's going to become a pretty serious problem pretty quickly.
Madness, just madness. And the article goes on to say, this is what happens when you put your entire government into the service of an international cabal of despots at the United Nations and sit back and watch as Joe Biden has done. What does Joe Biden have to worry about? These masses won't come to Rehoboth Beach and change his life. He couldn't care less. And I agree. And she just talks about watching her interview here. Y'all want to check that out. Invader, the price of Biden's border crisis. Check that out. Let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.